The main storyline begins in another dimension where we see America Chavez, who is running for her life from a very large mythical creature at this time. Doctor Strange, using different spells, was attacking it from his mirror dimension, and repeatedly, America Chavez was landing heavy blows on it. There was only one way to stop it, which would only happen if he could defeat every enemy, no matter how big. But gradually, that large creature started overpowering both of them, and whatever it was so powerful that it started breaking the shield. Now, Defender Strange had no other option left. Apart from taking America's power peacefully, he had the power to create different portals to travel to different universes, or we can call it travel between multiple universes. If such power is with a small child, it could be dangerous. So, if this power falls into the hands of a villain, what would happen? Because of this, Defender Strange thinks about taking that power into himself, even if it means taking America Chavez's life. But meanwhile, she says, "You can't do this. You always work to save people." But just then, the creature shoots a large tentacle that attaches to her leg, and America gets very scared. As she gets scared, another dimension opens. Now, before that creature could take all of America Chavez's power, Doctor Strange cuts off all its hands and, to save her life, takes the burden of the shield upon himself, which causes his death right there. And then the dream breaks. The actual Doctor Strange wakes up from his dreams. Dr. Stephen Strange, who was the protector of Earth 616's Sanctum Sanctorum, today was a very big day for him because today was the wedding of his ex-partner, Christine Palmer. Now, he gets all dressed up and arrives at her wedding, just thinking to himself, "I wish I were the one marrying Christine today." But then, this accident seems to happen, and all the cars outside go haywire. When Doctor Strange goes out to look, some invisible force was shaking them all. And when he makes that creature visible using the power of the third eye, a very large octopus emerges. To be honest, I could even say it was a large soft pass, similar to the one that appeared in the What If episodes. Fighting that creature was a bit difficult, and simultaneously, we see some sorcerers on its ticket. But just then, Wong arrives to help him, who confronts it with his rope-like magical weapon. Now, both of them together start punching it in the face repeatedly. On one hand, they always had to save America, and on the other hand, they also had to fight the creature. Finally, with a big hit, Doctor Strange pulls out the octopus's eye, and then Doctor Strange's gaze falls on America Chavez. He says, "Do I know you?" And upon thinking harder, he remembers, "Yes, I saw this girl in my dream." Where America Chavez says, "That wasn't a dream, it was a memory. In every universe, an incarnation of you is alive, and you saw it all. That was an incarnation of you." Doctor Strange says, "How do I believe you? Give me proof." After which, America takes both of them to where Defender Strange's dead body was lying. Seeing this, Doctor Strange feels very bad, and it becomes clear that she has the power to travel in the multiverse. But the creature that came to take her power was just a pawn, the boss behind it was still alive. To solve this mystery, they needed to take help from someone who has the power of spells and also knowledge of the multiverse. After that, Doctor Strange buries Defender Strange in the ground and goes to seek help from Wanda Maximoff. Here was a different world of Comatage. After the Westview incident, where she had hurt a lot of people, she wanted to go to a different place and start her life anew. Doctor Strange says to Wanda, "I am facing a trouble that only a sorcerer can fix, and in front of me stands the greatest sorcerer of all." Meanwhile, Wanda asks, "Where is America Chavez right now?" Then Doctor Strange suddenly remembers, "I haven't even taken her name with America Chavez." And then it is revealed that behind all those card holders was none other than Wanda Maximoff herself, who had now become the Scarlet Witch. And in the blink of an eye, she turns the greenery of Comatage into a red hell. Doctor Strange comes back and tells America and Wong that Wanda has now become corrupted, her powers have changed, she has become the Scarlet Witch. Wong asks, "What is the reason behind this?" Doctor Strange explains that she loved her imaginary life, now she wants her children, Tommy and Billy, back. Although in this universe she doesn't have her children, in another universe those children still exist. But Wanda doesn't have the power to travel to other universes, so she wants to make America Chavez her target. But we won't let that happen, we will save America Chavez's life. So, they all together create a very large shield over the Sanctum Sanctorum. And when Scarlet Witch comes and attacks them, seeing the combined strength of so many people, she finds herself weak. But she has the power of mind manipulation, with the help of which she manipulates one person's mind, and that person slowly starts breaking the shield and running away. Taking advantage of this, Scarlet Witch uses her full power on all of them. It wasn't just the sorcerers from the Sanctum Sanctorum here, many people had also come from the Hong Kong and London sanctums to help the Sorcerer Supreme, who had been defeated. But no one could stand before Scarlet Witch, and there comes a moment when she breaks the mirror dimension and also destroys Doctor Strange's dimension, and reaches to kill America Chavez. But before she could kill her, America Chavez gets scared. Because of her fear, another portal opens, into which Doctor Strange also gets pulled, and both of them cross through many multiverses and reach a universe where there is a lot of greenery, where Doctor Strange tells her, "I will have to go back to my original Earth because I am alone there, I can fight her. Although, I might not be able to fight either." But Chavez tells him, "I have traveled to every universe, and the direct rule of traveling is, whenever you travel, first eat something. Usually, money isn't a problem, but this time, when these people are eating their pizza balls, the pizza ball vendor demands money. So, Doctor Strange traps him in a magic spell, causing him to slap and punch himself. But later, he remembers that if Defender Strange had the power to reach the Book of Vishanti, then surely the Doctor Strange of this universe must also have it. So, he goes and tries to touch this universe's Doctor Strange. But then both of them find out that the Doctor Strange of this universe was killed while fighting against Thanos. And now, the protector of the Sanctum Sanctorum here was Mordo. Seeing him, Doctor Strange thinks, "Man, this was my enemy in the last universe, and he will be my enemy here too." But this time, Mordo turns out to be a very good friend and asks, "How can I help you?" After which, Doctor tells him the whole situation, that Scarlet Witch is after us, who wants to take all of America Chavez's power so that she can travel to different universes and get her children back to Earth 616. But this was just a trick by Mordo, and he had given them a drink laced with a sedative. After which, Doctor Strange is presented before the Illuminati. This time, the Illuminati was a group of 5 people, which included Captain Carter, whom we had seen in What If, Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four, Black Bolt, whose movie hasn't come out yet, Professor Xavier from the X-Men, and finally, Captain Marvel. All of them said, "Our main problem is not Scarlet Witch, but you yourself, Doctor Strange." So, Doctor Strange asks them, "How exactly am I a problem for you?" Where these people tell him, "You had the Darkhold." The Darkhold is basically the same book from which Scarlet Witch got her powers to date. This was Earth 838, where all these people considered Doctor Strange a threat. Whereas, back on Earth 616, Scarlet Witch was now doing dreamwalking while sitting in the Power Tower. If I explain dreamwalking properly, basically what happens is, if our body is in any dimension, but if our existence is inside another universe, then we can put our soul into it, and whatever we do, that other soul will do. So that she could live her life properly with Tommy and Billy. But the problematic thing was, in that dimension, there would be a Wanda too, so what would happen to her? Therefore, our Wanda didn't want that, so she was trying to kill her. But just then, America Chavez works underground and attacks her, and in her fear, she completely destroys the Darkhold book. Seeing this, Wanda gets very angry, and in her anger, she immediately kills Black Bolt. Her next target was Wong himself. His book, i.e., the Darkhold, was now destroyed, because of which her spells were gone, and she couldn't connect to the other dimension's Wanda. So, from there, she says, "Tell me about those spells." The source of the Darkhold spells, the Book of Vishanti, knows a lot about the Darkhold spells. So, he says, "Although I don't know its spells, there is a mountain on which all these spells were written, after which the Darkhold was derived from it. The guardian of that mountain had now started corrupting many people, and he had started extracting all the information from them. Because of this, Wanda had to open a portal and take them to Mount Vundagor. But here, sorcerers could only go up to a certain point, they didn't have the power to reach that mountain. But then, Wanda uses her magic and reaches that mountain, on whose walls were written all the spells of the Darkhold. Using them, she connects to the Wanda of Earth 838 so that she can reach America Chavez and take her power to make it her own and travel the multiverse. But this time, to stop her here were all the other great warriors. No one could stand before her, not Black Bolt, not Captain Marvel, and even when Professor Xavier tried to control her mind, Wanda used her black power to destroy him. In this universe, Christine Palmer was also included to take care of Chavez. But when Wanda reaches both of them, the evil Doctor Strange arrives there to help both of them. Now, all 3 of them try to go to the Book of Vishanti while being chased. But Wanda, breaking every door, follows them. And a time comes where she uses Chavez's powers to take her to the mountain, while she sends Doctor Strange and Christine Palmer to a different portal. The whole situation goes out of control because now all those powers were about to come to her. Then Doctor Strange remembers that in every universe, there must be an incarnation of him. Because of this, he thinks about going to meet the Doctor Strange of the other universe. But when he goes to meet him, he finds out that that universe has been completely destroyed, and all that remains is Sinister Strange, who had the evil powers. He had also used the Darkhold. And then comes one of my favorite fights, where they fight each other with musical notes. If you guys have seen my live stream or not, my left hand also has musical notes, which include the notes C, E, A minor, and G. For me, this fight was the most favorite in my entire Marvel experience. Even the Captain America vs Captain America fight was very painful, but yes, you can call this a shift. After many attempts, Doctor Strange wins against Sinister Strange and uses his Darkhold to travel his soul into the dead Defender Strange's body on Earth 616, as it's called dreamwalking, and from there goes directly towards the mountain. But after going to the mountain, the sorcerers didn't have the power to reach that tomb. Their dark powers come and start attacking Doctor Strange, trying to finish him off right there. But then, Christine Palmer assures him, saying, "Doctor Strange, make those evils your strength. You can face every difficulty." After which, Doctor Strange absorbs all the evil powers into himself and creates his wings to reach the tomb. After that, his fight with Wanda begins, and here, Marvel shows one of the best fights, whose direct VFX and special effects were top-notch. In such a fierce battle, we see that truly, Scarlet Witch was overpowering Doctor Strange. Seeing Strange about to lose, America Chavez remembers that to defeat Wanda, she must use her brain, not her power. And she opens her portal and sends Scarlet Witch to a place where the other dimensions Wanda is living her happy, laughing, and playing life with her children. But Billy and Tommy find their mothers this form terrifying, and they start saying to their mom, "Please don't kill us, we haven't done anything, please don't kill us." So, that Wanda says, "But you are my children, and then I would never harm you." But those children were even scared to come near her. And now, for whom Scarlet Witch had created all this havoc, when she couldn't get them, she lost her courage. After this, she, with a heavy heart, leaves both her children near the mansion's border and decides that it is better for her to end now. After which, with her power, she destroys all the Darkholds from all the different multiverses in this entire universe, and after that, she also destroys herself. And with this fantastic story ends right here. And we see that the total post-credit scenes of this story are 2. And with this, the end credits scene ends right here, where we see that person who was hitting himself, now stops hitting himself, meaning Doctor Strange's spell has ended somewhere. And in this way, this fantastic story ends right here with SpongeBob. So guys, how did you like this video? Please tell me by liking and commenting. And if you are coming to this channel for the first time, then please subscribe to it. I will keep bringing more amazing movies for you guys after this. Until then, keep watching in straight sets. See you in the next video.